everyone, and welcome back to rebeccakelsey.com and Do It Yourself Friday. Today I'm going to show you how to make these really cute side table rugs, I guess, or they could even be used as placemats. I made the purple one in this video, and then I made the green one another time, but I used the exact same techniques. This is what it looks like on my little side table. I just think it's so cute. I just have my mug and my lamp on it, but you can use it for a bunch of different purposes, and I think it makes a really cute gift. Even if you have a child that has a little tiny Barbie house, this would be so cute to put inside their little dollhouse. The materials you are going to need are some yarn. I stupidly didn't measure how much yarn I had, but I had maybe about the size of 4 fists, if that would make sense. It's actually from a Mark fabric necklace that came out a few falls ago that I thought was really cute, but I just never wore it, so I took it all apart and now I'm using it as yarn. And it also came with these chains that I'm going to incorporate into the design. You could use a couple different fabrics or just one color, it's all up to you. You're also going to need scissors and a makeshift loom that I'm going to show you how to make here. I actually forgot to show you before, so I had to refilm it. But I just took a cardboard mailer that I got from a comic book, and then I cut off one side, and then I just used that. You could even use the side of a cereal box, it just needs to be a little bit sturdy. So to make this, all you need is a Sharpie or some sort of pen or pencil and then scissors. You just need to make them evenly spaced apart on both sides. So I would take another piece of cardboard or a ruler if you have one and just measure on each side with your pen and then cut them all to match. Make sure that they match on both sides or so you won't end up with a crooked tiny rug. See, that is how it was cut, so it makes little slits. Now you're going to take your yarn. Normally it would be in one piece, but since mine was from a necklace, it was all cut apart. So you just put it through one of the holes, leave a little bit hanging out, and then attach it to its matching partner on the other side. Now move the yarn over directly next to it to its neighbor and then attach it there so it makes a little loop, and then put it across to the other side and repeat. Now we're going to do this until we finish off the entire loom. Try not to put it on too tightly or it'll bend the cardboard, but still tight enough that it isn't going to go anywhere. So then I'll continue this all the way down. If you're adding a different color or run out of yarn, just combine it with the other piece of yarn by making as small of a knot as possible. There's a couple of different ways to do knots, but I don't really know too many. I just make a small knot. Now continue on as you did before. Now that you are at the end, just leave a little piece out, and then we're going to start to thread or weave our product through. So you just take a piece of yarn and then you go underneath the first piece and then over the next one and then underneath after that. So it's kind of like it makes a pattern. You just go over, under, or under, over, depending on whoever you start. It's really easy, and then the more you get used to it, the faster you can do it. Just make sure to check after each strand to make sure that you didn't skip one and mess up the pattern, because you're going to have to go back and fix that. Don't worry if your fabric line looks a little out of whack or like really slanted like mine is right there. After each piece of yarn is through the other side, I just pull it all the way through and then I adjust and push the fabric back up. So it really isn't a big deal. It's really easy to fix, so just push it up after each layer. Now I'm going to be pulling the yarn through all the way towards the end until I have a little bit of a tail at the, I guess, the beginning or the start. You know what I mean. You need to have the fabric all the way through one way. See, so then you just have this little piece out here. Eventually you'll just tie those two pieces together as if it were part of the fringe. And then that's it. Now you just keep going. So now I just pushed everything back up so that I had more room, and there, that's it. That's how you weave. It's the simplest thing in the world. Now when you get to the other side, as I'm going to show you right now, you see how I ended it with an underweave. So now I'm going to go over, so then it kind of makes almost like a knot. You make sure that it's a different pattern. If not, the string will just go all the way through and mess up. same thing. Since this weave ended with an over, I'm going to go under with the next stitch, kind of. So then you go under, over instead of over, under, over, under. You just alternate the patterns. Now I'm going to change things up and add in a chain. I'm just going to tie it to my piece of yarn. I'm going to leave a little bit of it out because I think it just adds character. I don't know, I kind of like it that way, but feel free to make it as clean as you'd like. And then I just switch it through as I did with the other products, just pretending as if it were yarn. Now I've actually run out of fabric, so that's going to be it for now, but you could make it a little thicker. So I just tied a knot wherever it ended, and then that's it. Decided to add a chain a little bit earlier on because it seems like all of my chains are a little bit more weighed towards the bottom. So I added a chain in the beginning. It messed up the pattern a little bit, but that's okay. And then that is it. You are almost done. Now when you're done, we need to take everything off of the loom, I guess, or the rack. You just start pushing everything off and you get all these little tiny loops, and then you do that all the way around. Now this is what it looks like when it's done. The next step, you could either leave things like this, or what I like to do is make it look like it's a little fringe carpet. So I'll cut off the sides and then I'll double knot each one across. But what you could also do is just leave it in those loops and then keep adding more and more fabric until you're done with everything entirely, and then you won't have to cut anything or do any knots. But I ran out of fabric this time. And now you are done. This is your cute little tiny carpet that can be used for a lot of different purposes, as placemats if you make them big enough, as just tiny end table carpets like I do, or keep saying carpets or rugs, but it's really like just a tiny placemat that you can put on little tables, things like that. I made both of these by myself by hand. They each took about an hour to do, and you can use a whole bunch of different materials. For the green one, I actually cut t-shirts, and I made that out of a t-shirt, so it's very versatile and it makes great gifts. Thank you so much for watching and for checking out rebeccakelsey.com. Make sure to follow using your favorite RSS reader like Blog Loving or Hello Cotton, and subscribe on YouTube to see videos as soon as they are aired. I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi everyone, I hope you're enjoying your Monday so far. Wow, okay, in the first second of the video the lighting changed. That is so annoying. That happens when you're up